In 2022, released through Disney streaming services as produced by Pixar and distributed by Walt Disney Studios, was that of Turning Red, a coming-of-age story of a young Chinese girl named Maylin Lee living with her family in Toronto, Canada. As the focus of the movie is that Maylin and that of her friends even were to see the most popular boy band of the time touring through the country, Four Town. Despite the fact that seeing the boy band perform was very important to Maylin and her friends, the exact details of Four Town were never fully explained within the movie, as from information now known, the circumstances and details for Four Town were a combination of music inspirations, trends, preferences from that of America as well as Asia. The film was depicted as having May as a young child in 1994, with the film set in 2002. Theories as to when she was born from the late 1980s. At the time, in the United States, there were a number of boy bands that were popular in the country, and by extension, the American boy bands as well as musical trends were popular in Canada. The group was created for the film as both a tribute and spoof to boy bands from the early 2000s. The songs featured in Turning Red by Four Town were Nobody Like You, You Know What's Up, One True Love. Much like the time, the songs were written incorrectly with the letter U to represent the word you, on the number 1 to reflect the one as a word. Fans of the band were even referred to as Four Townies. The name of Four Town reflects the bands of the era, as four star or asterisk is town is a reference to asterisk or star in sync with the exact same style of spelling, or even the similar pronouncement of the band O-Town. However, the comment by Ming, Maylin's mother, mentioned that the group was called Four Town even though there were technically 5 members. Developers for Turning Red mentioned the joke, and supposedly it was left within the movie as depicted on purpose, due to it being so humorous, but theorists have mentioned that the members of the boy band in correlation to the number 4, when it were actually 5 members of a band, were due to the similar boy bands where details were incorrect with spelling, but it was done so on purpose to differentiate a particular band from others. So the band was called Four Town, but there were, as mentioned in reality, 5 members, on purpose owing to the early 2000s in popular culture within the United States in relation to music. Supposedly, some members of the band had more depth than others. Lead singer Robert was supposed to have a solo career in the music industry after the eventual breakup of the band. Tae-young was the only boy of Asian descent within the group, as this was done intentionally. His ethnicity was Korean on purpose to reflect the popularity of K-pop music. Jesse was the one to have an eventual tragic falling out with the band, as his life would most likely be that of tragic or even crime related. RNT and RNZ are the typical members of a boy band where no one seems to remember any particular details of them besides their name. These attributes or characteristics for the members of Four Town were as mentioned by Pixar staff, so these details of the eventual fates of the members of Four Town are official. The voice actors for Four Town later mentioned that there were natural connections between them as well as the Pixar officials, as when the songs were recorded, it came together brilliantly, and all involved later commented that the songs ended up being way better than they'd originally thought they would have been. Sometimes a character can be forgotten because originally they were a simple premise for an animated film, but popular consensus is that the premise was done perfectly.